Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to episode 7 of my Championship Manager 01-02 series with Leeds United. I hope you're enjoying the series. Please hit that like button right now if you are. If you're being taken back to glory days of Championship Manager. It's so nostalgic. I've had people saying, just watching this brings back memories, which is fantastic. I'm glad some of you are enjoying it that way. Today, I'm going to be playing 3 games, a couple in the league and 1 in the UEFA Cup where we're doing quite well. But it's come to a crucial time of the season because I think we've got 7 games to go. We're 5th in the table. Let's have a quick look. 8 games to go, sorry. This is our 29th game today. 8 games to go. We're 5th in the table. We're currently 9 points behind 3rd place with this game in hand today. It could be Chelsea could win. I mean, whatever. We're relatively close compared to what we were a few matches ago. We have managed to catch up with the big players in this division, and I think it's only the top 3 that qualify for the Champions League in this season anyway. So, it's going to be a tough ask to make up that gap, but we've got every chance if we can win as many games as possible towards the end of the season. I would say the only really difficult game we've got left is Arsenal, who are 2nd. The rest are all winnable, especially today against Derby. Since that last video where we beat Tranmere 4-0 in the FA Cup 3rd round, we lost against Blackburn 2-1. We managed to get a very good draw against Man United 1-0, top of the table. They've only lost 1 game all season. I think that's still the case. We beat Ipswich 3-2, that was a close game but a good game. We beat Port Vale 4-0 in the FA Cup 4th round. We beat Leicester 3-0 in the league. We beat Charlton 4-1. We drew against Liverpool 1-0. We drew against Spurs in the FA Cup 5th round before drawing against Chelsea 2-2 in the league. We then lost on penalties to Spurs in the FA Cup 5th round replay. Very unfortunate. We're terrible at penalties, it seems. We've lost against Man United in the League Cup on penalties and now Spurs. Hopefully we don't go out in the UEFA Cup on penalties, but we have got a 3-goal advantage going into that game against OIS. Not 100% sure who they are. I think they're from Sweden. Possibly. Yeah, they are. Wow, that was lucky. That was a good guess. Göteborg. Oh, is that... I don't know. Is that... I don't know. Maybe that's a different... Maybe they got a different name now, or known by a different name on Football Manager now anyway. So we've got Derby. This is the team I've gone with. Since the last video, I don't know. I've not signed anyone. I'm close to signing a couple players. Players going out of the team. I've sold Dewberry and I've sold Dominic Matteo. So I've sold 2 defenders because I've got quite a few defenders not in the right positions. I don't have enough fullbacks or fit fullbacks anyway, because Danny Mills, where is he? He's been tired or injured all season, so I've just stuck him in the reserves. So hopefully he will come back at some point and be a decent backup for Mike Duff, who's had a very good start to his Leeds United career. Let's get on with this first match then. Ian Hart, unfortunately, hasn't come back from injury. He's been injured for a couple of matches, and he's not going to be able to play today, unfortunately. So Derby County, I think we've played them once already in a live com. Maybe not. They've got Ravanelli. I remember Ravanelli. I think this is the best bit of the episode for you guys watching, to just look at some of the old players. Chris Rigger, I remember him. I don't know why. He's 21 on this. We've scored. It's not Harry. It's Keane, Robbie Keane. I was about to say Will Keane because of my Forest FM15 save, and then I saw Harry kill. Yeah, anyway, Robbie Keane scored. I'm blabbering here. Craig Burley. Wow. Playing for Derby. There's not so many names I recognise there. I don't really follow Seth Johnson though. He was top player. I remember having him at Leeds. Not Leeds. Who did I sign him for? I think on CM9900 I signed him for Arsenal. I think I managed Arsenal once and I signed him. He was a really good youngster. I think he's still pretty good on this game, or he hasn't broken into... I don't think he ever broke into the England team in the end, did he? Anyway, we're 1-0 up at half time. Let's hope we can hold on to this. Viduka gets a goal, so that's our second of the match. I'm going to make a change. David Batty's going to come off for Mark Kerr. And we will make that do, I think, for now. Yeah, Seth Johnson was a brilliant player. I'm trying to sign Joe Cole at the moment. He's got a £3.5 million release clause. And also Chishkiaki, the Belarusian wonder kid. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But yeah, he's. I'm awaiting a work permit for him, so it's unlikely that will get accepted. Had the Agahau one rejected 3 times before he went to a different team. Let's bring off Harry Kewell for Alan Smith, and we'll bring on 2 Madeira for Keane. No, we won't. We'll bring on Decor for Boya. Let's do that. Viduka is my top scorer. He keeps scoring. Keane scored a second there. He's on a 10, as is Viduka. He's going to get man of the match. Place your bets now. Viduka or Keane. We're 4-0 up. This is a great game. We've been playing really well. And we've won. 4-0. Man of the match, Mark Viduka. And we stay in 5th. Chelsea didn't win, I don't think. Let's go back. They lost against Fulham, who were in the relegation zone. That's done us a favour. We're 4 points behind Chelsea, 6 behind Liverpool, 7 games to go. This is still doable. We obviously can't catch Man United and we can't catch Arsenal, but we've got a chance of getting 3rd, which would be brilliant. Relegation-wise, Fulham, Charlton and Southampton towards the bottom. West Ham have sacked Glenn Roeder a season earlier than in real life, or a season and a half earlier in real life. They sacked him at the start of that championship season when they went down. Okay. Thought we'd just have a quick look at the tables. Watford and Man City, top of the First Division, looking to get promoted. They're quite clearly in the lead, in fact. But Grimsby, Crewe, great teams, all in the First Division. Grimsby could go down. Rotherham teetering as well. I remember when Walsall were in the First Division, and Stockport, Barnsley, Gillingham. Oh, look at the divisions. Just amazing. Coventry had been relegated at this point. I think they're in the Premier League on 99.00 from what I remember. Let's go down to the 2nd Division. Bristol City and Stoke at the top. Huddersfield in there. Got Wigan in 6th place. QPR outside the playoffs in the 2nd Division. Cambridge United up in the 2nd Division. I remember when they were in the 1st Division vaguely. Blackpool towards the bottom of the 2nd Division. Brighton at the bottom of the 2nd Division. Look at Bournemouth as well. Amazing turnaround for them in recent years. I think they were actually relegated back down, weren't they? They yo-yoed between the 2nd and 3rd Division at this point. Hull at the top of the 3rd Division with Luton and Leyton Orient. Oxford, Swansea in the playoffs of the 3rd Division. It's just remarkable how things changed so quickly. Shrewsbury, there was only 1 relegation place at this point, wasn't there? It was even harder to get out of the conference at this point. 4 teams going up, 1 team going down. It was a good division to be in, the 3rd Division. So it's my second leg of the UEFA Cup game. I've gone with 2 Madeira up front. Mokoko's back in the first team. Smith as well playing. Baquet, Decor, Kerr, Hart is back from injury. West, Ferdinand, Duff and Martin in goal. In fact, I might put Robinson in goal. I just forget to swap the goalies back again for some reason when I do this. Anyway, we should comfortably go through. We're 3-0 up already. And we should be able to get through to, I think that it must be the quarterfinals next, surely. There's so many rounds in the UEFA Cup. There's so many in the Europa League, but there was a lot in the UEFA Cup as well. Do you remember the Intertoto Cup? I certainly remember it, being a West Ham fan, playing 99.00. It was always the Intertoto Cup was the first game. A bit like West Ham in real life this season. They're going to be starting really early on with the Europa League first qualifying round. It's like old times. Still 0-0. I've gone up to 75 minutes and nothing's happened. I'm going to make some subs. We'll bring off Decor, bring on Batty, bring on Kuhlstrom for Baquet and Robbie Keane on for 2 Madeira, I guess. Let's try that and see what happens. We might be able to grab a win in the end. But we're going through anyway, whatever happens here. There's no chance of them getting 3 goals. And it's finished 0-0, boring. But we can move on to the Arsenal game quickly. Let's watch the UEFA quarter-final draw then. 8 teams left, let's draw the next team. This is pretty much still the same as any Football Manager afterwards, with the draw next team, draw all teams. We've got Celta, which should be winnable. I don't know how good Celta were back here. Maybe they had a good team. Have they got Benny McCarthy? That's Benny McCarthy. They've got Benny McCarthy in the team. There's probably other names you recognise, but I'm too young to remember, to be honest. Pinto. He's the one that went. He is the Barcelona Pinto, isn't he? Because he was really old in real life. Wow. Okay. Well, that's Celta. Should hopefully get through that though. So my transfer for Joe Cole was accepted, but he's actually rejected a move to me because he wants to wait to the end of the season before deciding his future. So we might be able to get him at the end of the season. Now I was going to show the Arsenal game, but I've actually got Celta next in the first knockout round. So we'll play. I'll do 3 matches. We'll have an extra long episode today. Sorry if you're expecting a short one, but we'll do an extra long one for you. 3 more matches to play. Okay, it's time for my first match then against Celta. This is the team I've gone with. Strong lineup. Let's try and beat Celta then. They're an unknown force, if I'm honest. I don't really know how good they are, so let's find out. Oh no, injury to Batty already. We'll bring Decor on for him. I don't really have many good memories of European football on Championship Manager because I was so useless. I very rarely was able to play in. I mean, Intertoto Cup on CM9900 is really my only memory of. I suppose I would have played Champions League football with Man United and Arsenal when I managed them, but I don't think I did very well from what I remember. Celta have taken the lead. Ollie with the goal. Going to go out of another cup? I hope not. I think I'm going to have to go attacking. We've done nothing in this first half. Perhaps they really are a good team and I just don't really know about them. Kim Kullstrom can come on. Taribo West having a poor game. We'll make all our subs, I think. Try and get back into this game. Is there away goals at this point in the UEFA Cup? I can't remember. I just obviously don't remember much from real life. So many years ago now. I mean, this is 2002, so I would have been 10 going on 11 at the end of 2002, so I don't really remember a huge amount. I followed West Ham and followed the Premier League, watched Match of the Day, got my dad to record it, and that was about it from what I remember. Watched England. When you're a kid, you're really into England, aren't you? You just really love them. I remember crying because we lost against Brazil in the 2002 World Cup. Devastated. And I vaguely remember the 98 World Cup when Beckham got sent off. And you just felt so sad. I was so happy when Beckham scored that free kick against Greece. That would have been this season, in fact, wouldn't it? Or the end of the previous season. 2001, that free kick. I always remember that. I remember going into the kitchen to say to my mum, Beckham scored. And she didn't really care about football. So we've lost, haven't we? 1-0. Batty's out for 3 months. That's a bit of a blow. So it's Arsenal today. I said I'd forget to put Nigel Martin back in goal for the last game. I did. So he's back in goal today in for Paul Robinson. Oh, I need to pick a sub 3. I haven't picked the third sub. Who should I... Kullstrom could come in. Let's go and play this game then. It's a crucial game against second place Arsenal. And I think it's going to be tough. I'm going to stick with my usual tactic there and see what happens. Oh, we've scored Viduka already. Great goal, I think. We can't see it, but it said it was a great goal. Probably should slow it down a bit. Let's put it on fast. You can read the writing a bit better in this match. Thierry Henry. Look at the players. I suppose you want to look at the Arsenal players. There's Thierry Henry for you. Magnificent player. At the age of 24 here. Freddie Ljungberg. Great player. Francis Jeffers was insane on this game. Patrick Vieira as well, ridiculously. Their team is ridiculously good. They signed Ugo Ekiog, by the way. So they've got Ugo Ekiog and Tony Adams at centre back. They've got Kanu. He's 25 here. I thought he was younger than that at this point. He must have been ancient and playing until quite recently. Sol Campbell as well. He's on the bench because of Ugo Ekiog. They have to play Ugo Ekiog over Sol Campbell, of course. Let's speed it up again. It's a bit boring on it very fast. I haven't got enough to talk about, to be honest. David Seaman in goal, having a good game. He's on an 8. He's 38 at this point, so he was getting on a bit. So he was really old at the 2002 World Cup when Ronaldinho lobbed it over his head. 38 years old, but I guess that's usual for goalkeepers. David James was 40, wasn't he, or 41 at the 2010 World Cup. So it's not uncommon. So 1-0 up at half time, which I'm very happy with. Robbie Keane's not playing brilliantly. I'm going to bring Selakovic off for Kullstrom. Kimmy, on he comes, KK. Can we hold on for a very, very good win? We've still got most of the second half to survive. Let's make another sub then. Oh, Kerr scores! Mark Kerr. He's actually having a good season for me. First season at the club. That's his 7th goal. He's already scored 6 goals this season. 3 in the league, 3 in cup competitions. He's doing really well. Considering he's only got 7 on finishing, he's scoring quite a few goals for me. I will take off Mark Viduka. He's on a yellow. He's already got a red card this season. Maybe 2. I can't remember. He's certainly not been brilliant in terms of getting red cards, but he is my top scorer. He has been fantastic for me, generally. And this is going to be a really good win. We'll bring off Robbie Keane now. Wrong player. Someone taught me how to undo. Thank you very much. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I've still got it wrong. Bloody hell. Useless. So fiddly, and I've got it so small on the screen for recording purposes. And we're shortly going to hold. I think I've got Van Bronckhorst. He was great. So we've won 2-0. And the next game will be the last game of the episode, you'll be pleased to know. That win was crucial because Liverpool did actually win the last games. We're still 6 points off third. But a fantastic win against Arsenal. Only their 4th defeat of the season. We've only lost 5 games in the league. We've done well. It's just the draws have let us down. Maxime has failed his work permit. I said he would. That's disappointing. I'm going to try again because it's worth a shot. 2 million was what they accepted before. Well, this is a blow going into the next match. Q all out for 3 weeks. Cool, what a game this was. 5-4 to West Ham on extra time in the FA Cup. Look at that. Carrot, Canute, Defoe with 2 goals. Scott Minto, classic name. Lauren Robert getting a hat-trick for Newcastle. Brilliant players on the pitch there. So, this is the lineup I've gone with to try and overcome that 1-0 defeat in the first leg. Martin, Duff, Ferdinand, Woodgate playing today. Ian Hart, Kerr, Decor, Kullstrom, Keane, Makoko and Viduka. Few injuries have caused problems to my team. Batty, Bakke and Kuhl out injured. Selakovic is ineligible for the UEFA Cup. So, yep, there we go. That's the team. Let's try and overturn this match. I'm going to go attacking from the start to see if that makes a difference and to try and get back into this game. Come on guys, let's do this. Yes, Mark Viduka. Wow, my clapping worked. We're 1-0 up. It's 1-1 on aggregates. We've got the home advantage, so hopefully we can go on and get a couple more goals, even if they do get an away goal. I don't even know if away goals count. We may find that to our detriment, possibly. Hopefully not. My team do get a lot of yellow cards. We only got 1 today, but I do tend to get a lot of yellow cards because we've got hard tackling on. When I put it back to normal, we lost. So I decided to go back to hard, even though we've picked up quite a few red cards this season. I think it's worth the risk overall for points. Is there anything I can change up? I might bring Kullstrom there and bring on Boya on for Makoko. Yeah, we'll go with that. Come off Tonton. On comes Boya, who's been good for me this season. Looks really good actually. If you look at him, he's a great player. Look at all those ratings, attributes, incredible stuff. Love him. He's very hard working, as you'd imagine, and aggressive. Gets quite a few yellow cards, but he's a good player to have in that midfield. Does look like it's going to finish 1-0 with us drawing on aggregate, so probably have to get extra time. Mark Viduka's on 9. I'm going to take off Decor and bring on. Not really anyone I can bring on. I suppose I could move. Let's bring Decor off for Alan Smith. Oh, come on, work. And then I'm going to put Boya in the middle and Kullstrom on the right there. Let's see if that works. Come on, guys. We didn't score. Come on, work. It's not working. It's gone to extra time then. I'm going to make my last sub then, I think. 2 Madeira maybe on? Although we've already got 3 strikers on, so perhaps not. I might bring on one of these guys at the end for penalty purposes in the second half of injury time if need be. Although I don't think there's a penalty rating, is there? I think you just go by finishing. There's no penalties. Set pieces, I don't think it counts for that. It must be finishing for set piece for penalties. You'd have thought they'd have a separate one. Unless it's an invisible one. I might be wrong there. Help me out, guys. Penalties, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what you meant to look at for penalties. Half time and extra time. Come on, guys. We've got it on attacking all game. We've only scored 1 goal. We've dominated. And I'm going to make my last sub. I assume 2 Madeira will be good at penalties. If it is finishing that I should be looking at, then that's the case. If not, then I don't know. Maybe bring off... Is Kerr good at... He's got terrible finishing, so... am I looking in the wrong place here? Where's penalties? There isn't penalties, is there? And I don't think set pieces count. So let's bring on 2 Madeira for Mark Kerr. And Smith can go into midfield. I'm Alex Ferguson. Sorry, Smith. Let's put him there. Just the last few minutes. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we've scored. We might not need penalties. If they score, though, then they go through, don't they? So we've won. 2-0, we're through. Oh, yes, we're into the semis. Fantastic stuff. And that ends the episode, guys. Apparently we're equipped to win. We can conquer, yes. Manager optimism pleases fans and the board. If we can win the UEFA Cup, that's great. But I really want to get into the Champions League next season. It's going to be tough. So the next... oh, wrong one. The next video will actually be, hopefully, a UEFA Cup final. Because I'm going to play through these matches and the semi-finals. So I'll skip through all of them, play through all of them. And then, hopefully, play a UEFA Cup final. If we don't win the semis, then I will just play the last couple games of the season against Everton and Fulham. But I'm really hoping we can play the UEFA Cup final. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. Please leave any thoughts in the comment section below. I keep waving my arms. It's just like interacting with you, pulling you in. See ya.